It's currently 8:35 p.m. I most recently started the July 25 My Dinner video project in Camtasia 2019. I'm currently in the process of putting the raw video clips in order. After I put the two photos that makes up the photo part of the project in order, I'm planning on being asleep tonight by 10 p.m. I feel fine currently. Maybe just the tiniest bit tired. I recall waking up for the last time today, naturally, around 5:45 in the morning, after I naturally woke up today. At least once earlier, before falling back asleep within a few minutes. I recall it was somewhere between 3 and 4 in the morning then. I recall last night I got somewhere between 5 and 6 hours of sleep. Around 6:45 in the morning, I had with my first cup of plain coffee today with 3 mild cheddar cheese sticks from a Wegmans generic branded pack of them. My mom picked me up from my dad's place around 10:30 in the morning, by which point I was basically finished with editing the July 24 My Dinner video project in Camtasia 2019. after working on it during the early to mid morning hours. I had 2 full cups of plain coffee at my dad's place, roughly from 6:45 in the morning to 9 in the morning. My mom picked me up from my dad's place, primarily to take me with her to visit her mother at her place within a small town. I recall we got to my mom's place somewhere between 12:15 p.m. and 12:30 p.m. And I recall we were there until about 5 p.m., during which time my mom and her mom made conversation with each other regarding stories involving members of my family on my mom's side. These conversations started at the dining table at my mom's place, which is a small round dining table, just big enough for 4 people. To sit comfortably. Around 1:45 p.m., I had with a glass of whole milk a steak salad ordered from a nearby convenience store. The 3 of us all got lunch from that convenience store. And when my mom briefly drove over to that convenience store to pick up our order, she asked if I wanted to go with her, and I accepted. On the way to that convenience store, my mom made a brief stop at the town's post office so I could pick up my mom's mail from there. And bring it to her place after we had picked up our food orders from the nearby convenience store. I spent the last half hour or so before my mom picked me up from my dad's place cleaning up my room upstairs at my dad's place, as by that point I was basically done editing the July 24, my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019. That convenience store me and my mom went to had some interesting things to look at. Regarding the small town, its history, and the history of the convenience store itself. Recent and distant town events. There's something about small towns having things and stories you can't get anywhere else. And about having a kind of charm to them. When me and my mom first got to her mother's place today, I brought my packed laptop case inside my mom's place from the back seat of my mom's car. I unpacked my laptop case and found a small end table just about big enough to put my laptop on and to be able to use my computer mouse on the surface of that small end table's wooden top. And that end table had two plastic legs that connected to each other in a loop. If this is the top of the end table, the legs kind of went like that in a sort of loop. So there were two legs on the right end of the end table, and the loop extended somewhat to the left end of the end table. I recall today was a pretty hot summer day, sunny and partially cloudy. When my mom picked me up from my dad's place, it was cloudy to the point where my mom thought it would rain initially. But it didn't rain today. And the clouds had cleared up about half an hour into the drive to my mom's place, during which me and my mom had a very good conversation regarding my future plans and her future plans, though we were mostly quiet during the drive from my mom's place to my mom's place, during which early on we made a stop to visit a nearby cemetery where some members of my family on my mom's side are buried. I recall we visited for roughly 15 minutes, and then towards the end of the drive to my mom's place, we made a stop at the Wegmans of my mom's area to go on a brief grocery shopping trip. During which we got 2 ribeye steaks, I got some more plastic bottles of super water. I'm not sure if this is an old bottle or a new one, though it doesn't really matter. Same for the ribeye and the peas and carrots. Doesn't really matter to me, but I know that this is the old ribeye, and the peas and carrots consist of a combination of new and old. We also got some ingredients for making salads during our brief grocery shopping trip, as well as 2 packs of small aluminum cans of low sodium V8 branded vegetable juice, at my mom's place, I moved that small end table I saw in the living room to be near another chair that's couch-like. If I recall, that's technically called a love seat, but I lifted and moved that small end table across the living room at my mom's place somewhat so I could reach an outlet to plug the charger for my laptop into, and then plug that into my laptop, the other end, so that I could render the rough draft of the July 24 My Dinner Video Project file to 1080p quality as an MP4 file. Towards the end of us visiting my mom's mom, my mom helped her mom to connect to the internet at her place by first going down to the basement to see if the network security key had been written down on a piece of paper or something like that down there, and it hadn't been. Then my mom called the internet company to ask for the network security key. A female operator answered and gave the network security key out. And with that, I was able to connect to the internet at my mom's place, and I uploaded the second draft of the July 24 My Dinner Video Project file to my YouTube channel. Though the only difference between the rough draft and the second draft is that I added a word to the second footnote annotation. The upload took roughly as much time as it does at my dad's place. So roughly 20 or so minutes. And I don't know if it had anything to do with the final July 24 My Dinner Video Project file being about 19 and a half minutes long, but it seemed the rendering took significantly less time than usual. This time roughly 25 or so minutes, whereas at either my mom's place or my dad's place, it takes 45 minutes or so. The glass of milk I had at my mom's place came from a quart my mom bought from her local Wegmans and then brought over during the car drive from my dad's place to my mom's place. Both during that drive and the drive from my mom's place to my mom's place, that quart of whole milk was kept in a fabricy cooler that isn't rigid. I tested that quart and it was perfectly fine, so I put it in the refrigerator at my mom's place. As of 10 p.m., the July 24 My Dinner video project file finished uploading to my YouTube channel roughly 5 hours ago. The basement at my mom's place has low ceilings in some areas to the point where I feel like I have to crouch a bit under them, and has plenty of narrow pathways but is otherwise pretty cluttered. That clutter being what I would expect in a basement based off my experience.